Yes.
Hello, I bet you didn't expect to see me again this week, but here I am because turns out I've done the calculations and it is technically possible for me to still reach tier 27 this week, provided that I get every pot, win every match flawlessly, and even if I get fully wiped on defense, I would be in tier 27 by 6 points, I believe. If I've done my math right, which I often do not. So as a result, I'm playing extremely carefully, and I figured it was worth it to show these matches. These are all going to be defense rematches, because I have enough of them lying around that look appealing enough to the point where I'm willing to do that. And we're starting off today with a tier 25 player, I think this is. The main threat on this team is Ophelia. When is she ever not a threat? But luckily Hawkeye's pretty good against Ophelia, and Hawkeye's pretty good against Azura as well, because he negates the most important buffs that Azura gives, so you really don't need to worry about them. I've done the calculations in the Arctic Silver Fox duel application thing, and the gist of it is that I don't lose to Thrasir and I don't lose to Ophelia, and I kill both of them because Thrasir dies in one shot, Ophelia dies in one shot, and Ophelia does like 6 damage, which means that Reinhardt's probably going to do like 3, I don't know, not much at all. So yeah, we're going to get started here. On the first turn we're just going to wait. Duma does have boots. The rest of the team is pretty standard. I mean, Thrasir's got attack speed 2, double savage blow, Reinhardt, like, don't really need to point out the rest of it. We have to wait on the first turn. Duma destroys our infantry school, which doesn't matter at all, don't really care. Bolt tower also isn't really necessary for this. In fact, it's actually better if I don't, if the bolt tower doesn't go off before I initiate, because otherwise I'd heal a lot less from Thrasir and Ophelia. That might actually make me lose. But luckily that's not going to happen, so unfortunately Hawkeye does get shield rezzed. Or he will, after I've done that. I don't know where it was going before, probably Fjorm. Yeah, looks like it. So he is going to be getting chill res, but I did take that into account for my calculations, and panicking Reinhardt doesn't really matter. He is probably going to be the one who gets, yeah, he's going to be the one who gets rally up attack though, so it is nice to just shave off that damage, but it doesn't really matter. We get all our buffs in, we're going to send Naga after the pot, and because Fjorm doesn't really have anything else to do, she's safe if she does this, we will just break this. And so what will happen is Ophelia will rally for Reinhardt, and then she'll get danced by Azura, at which point both of them will come and die. Ophelia does the most damage overall, but I heal a lot of it off. Reinhardt will do basically nothing. And then if Thrasir does happen to move down and get danced, she doesn't kill me, and I will kill her. Hopefully, if everything is correct. And that looks correct to me. This is exactly the numbers that I'm seeing in my simulator. So it looks like we're going all good. Here comes Reinhardt for all the extra heals.
I'm coming for you.
Ting ting. Did he even get rallied? No, he didn't. Okay, well this is fine too. I don't much mind. This is definitely quite a lot of damage, but obviously we live pretty barely, but yeah.
I'm coming for you.
All good. So at this point, we can pretty safely bait out Mickey. There's no rallies left, so we can do Mickey with Fjorm even while we get this pot. Over on this side, I think we'll just continue to go towards this pot, honestly. And we'll move up with Lucina. So Mickey should just come and die now. Fortunately, the healing tower is intact, so they're going to heal a little bit off, but it's not going to end up mattering, I don't think. Goodbye, Micaiah. We can even bait out Azura here, which I think we will do as well. I really want to get Dragon Effectiveness onto Hawkeye for next turn, but I'm not even really convinced it matters. But I guess we'll... yeah, we'll open the pathway. I think Naga can probably handle Duma if I have to. Here comes Azura, and there goes Azura. Fight. Fight and win. Okay. I wonder if even,
It will be done.
I want to get this pot, but I also want to break this and reposition
What is your desire?
Lucina on the same turn.
It will be done.
What if we did a little something like this? That'll do. That'll do. Good job, Naga. Alright, I got all the pots, just double checking. And that's going to be GG for game 1. Pretty quick one. And there we go. Alright, sick. So we're done with game 1. Moving on to game 2 and 3. I did actually miss 2 pots this week because I was kind of playing carelessly and I didn't think that I would that it would matter. But it looks like it is actually going to end up mattering, so I'm going to have to play 3 games instead of 2 because I'll need to. I can't double up, obviously. I don't have enough Aether. So we're going to be taking the only 2 rematches that I have left that aren't this dude because I don't really want to fight a +10 Duma. Duma himself is not scary, but just the fact that he's +10 means that the team is probably pretty scary, even if he doesn't have a seal. So instead we're going after this Wind Bless Surtur and this Dark Blessed Surtur. So obviously both these teams are going to be pretty garbage, whichever ones they are. So I think we'll go after the Dark Blessed one first. And I will take a quick break here and come back when I've decided on what I want to do against him. And we're back, here we are, with the Dark Armor Ball type thing, sort of. I guess this guy just doesn't have an Astra defense mythic, so he figured, fuck it, we'll just keep the Dark Season 1. Which I understand the pain of, I do understand that. So it's pretty much just Yoon and Sothis. Sothis looking kind of thick there with that distant defense 4, but then the rest of them we've got a +3 Fallen Tiki with her base kit. We have a +1 Surtur that we saw. We have a +8 Zelgius, which is kind of cool, but he's not flowered and he's running Warp Powder, Steady Breath, so kind of a meme. And then we have a Triangle Adeptor 0, which is pretty cool actually. So what we want to do, the strat we are going to go with is we want to get Micaiah up here before the third turn happens. Their healing tower is pretty protected, so there's not much I can do about that, unfortunately.
Agreed.
Just wondering, is there a better way of doing this? I just need to be doubly careful of how many buildings I need to break on what turn. So I break that and break that on turn 1. Then on turn 2 we smite up and go here and break that. And then Bolt Tower activates. So yeah, I don't actually think I need Igran to break this. I think we can get away with just doing this. There's no Armor March on the team, surprisingly enough. It's, yeah, definitely don't really agree with that choice. But we're going to keep this Naga down here to give Dragon Fang to Fjorm. Because Fjorm can actually probably duel this Tiki, since we are going to panic her. Once she gets her own buffs after Surtur dies, she's going to be really, really weak. And on this side we're just going to break this on the turn that we initiate, which will be next turn. I'm going to go ahead and break this, so we have access to Surtur. And after the Bolt Tower he should definitely die to Mickey. We'll prepare Igran, I guess. I think Igran is getting offense Bright Shrined. He's got a level 6 Bright Shrine, which is really impressive. 5 Dark Shrine as well. Pretty impressive structures all around, but it's not going to save him. So I think we'll just stay just like this. This is fine. Alright, now here comes the pain. There are no rallies on this team either. The only thing to be careful of is wings on Azura, but Azura is going to just attack Mickey, because that's the only thing she can do from where she is. Alright, so that disrupts the armor ball, kind of. Zelgius will actually not get his warp powder back, or maybe he will? He probably will actually, probably will get his warp powder back, but that's not going to matter in this specific scenario. So yeah, I think we'll open the door for Yoon to come. I would actually kind of like to let Tiki come down and attack this turn, but I don't think there's any safe way for me to do that, so I think we're just gonna open this and prepare that way.
What is your desire?
Yeah, that's probably what we'll do. So what will happen now is Yoon will come down and die to Igren, Azura will die to Mickey, and then we just have a few easy cleanup units left to deal with, including a panicked dragon. Nice 0 damage, bro. So now all that's left really is to get the pots. Really need to not forget about that. Actually, did I already get the pots? Looks like I already got the pots. Never mind. The pots are already gotten.
Well, well.
That's pretty good. That's not so good. How fast are you? Not
Yes.
especially.
I see.
Looks like we can just kill Zelgius. This is not immersion. This is definitely not immersion. When did I get the pots? I guess they must have been like really forward facing, because yeah, they're all gone now. I don't even remember breaking them. They must have just been in the way. Anyway, Glimmer will get rid of Zelgius. So
As you say.
do we just let
It
Fjorm
will be done.
deal with these guys?
Orders, please.
35, 38. You're not going to be panicked next turn, so you'll be at 39. That's still not doubling me though.
Agreed.
Kinda like it. Do kinda like the idea of just letting them come at me. I do have dragon effectiveness, right? Yeah, I do. Not that that matters against Sothis, but I could even... Nah, I don't want to get the tile, because then I would be
What is your desire?
panicked. Yes, don't want to do that. 27, huh? How much damage do I do with a Gren again? Wouldn't matter, she'd activate Sirius.
Orders,
If
please.
I think we'll just get off the pot, rather get off the... Just move back, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
I think we'll give both Igren and Fjorm dragon effectiveness for next turn. Fjorm should easily live. Oh, so close to a one-shot. Almost. Almost. One merge or like a flower or two would have done that. Oh well. Again, really? Fjorm, what is this? Come
What is
on.
your desire?
Come on, man, you're killing me.
Yes.
You're killing me out here. Alright, what about... I can do this because Igren has reposition. That looks pretty good to me. I like that. And then we can smite up past the tree and get the kill with Fjorm.
Stand aside.
Stand aside. Good night. Just double checking that I have all the pots. And that's gonna be a dead mythic dragon thing. Half dragon, sort of a dragon. Never really saw her dragon form though. But that's just how it is. Alright, second game is behind us, and we will have just enough ether for one more game. So I'm gonna take another brief cut right here, and we'll come back in the very last game for this week. And the last game of the week is upon us. And what the heck is this? What am I looking at? Why? They're not even light blessed. Why would you have two heirs here? None of them are light blessed. What's the point of this? Oh man, I'm actually kind of worried, because this is exactly the kind of team that beats me. Even though I don't have to get pots, this is exactly the kind of team that fucks someone like me up. It always does. It always does, every time, without fail. Anyway, what we're gonna do
Yes.
is we're on Bolt Tower turn. Unfortunately, he does have like a really nice leveled
What is your desire?
healing tower, so we can't get too much residual damage on them. But I think that we also technically have fort advantage on this particular match by 1, so I don't think it's going to be any huge issue. On the next turn, we're going to smite up Micaiah. We're going to
For Dane.
oops.
Yes.
We're going to kill this Surtur. Oh, that is a fuck ton of damage. I probably didn't even need to wait for
As you say.
Bolt Tower, to be honest. You know, I kind of want to know how much Igren does now. Because I want Igren in this tile so that she can bait Aversa Air and Air next turn. So how much defense do you have? You have Brazen Attack Res, so it doesn't matter. You have +8 here, which is 51.
Well.
I have 56 attack.
For Dane.
I can have
Orders, please.
Let's head out.
even more. With this, it inflicts -5 defense. So you have like 40 something. I double. You know what? I think Igren gets this kill. I do. I'm gonna put my faith in
As you
Igren.
Agreed.
She does, easy, and that way I can bait out all 3 of the flyers. I can reposition next turn and just smack the other one, the other Surtur in the face with Mickey. I guess with this Naga we just move up and start breaking stuff. This tactics room is really annoying, but I don't think it's going to be a huge handicap. Goodbye air. Goodbye the other air. Basically only doing damage because I got dagger debuffed. And goodbye Aversa. The fort system really is stupid. The fact that you can have such huge statistical advantages over your opponents is really dumb. So I guess we do this. That's the real one. I expect nothing
For
less
Dane.
than a 50 damage trap. Of course it was a 50 damage trap. Not that that matters in any capacity. Of course. Let's see.
Yes.
Can go ahead and break the tactics
It will
room.
be done.
Could even smite up Igren if we want to. Let's see.
Of course.
This
What
is
is
also
your
smite,
desire?
so we can
Yes.
do something like
As you say.
break this,
What is your
smite
desire?
up,
I see.
and we just straight up kill Surtur. So, we're gonna do what I usually do, which is flex. We know this is the fake one,
It
so
will
we can
be
get
done.
this with Naga.
Let's
We get
head
this
out.
pot with Igren. Now we have attack
For
respawn
Dane.
active for the overkill, and we get to kill Surtur. Easy clap. Quite a few short matches today, but I think I kind of deserve it after having such a terrible week. Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, we are now in tier 27 once again. However, I was incorrect. We are in tier 27, but if I do get attacked in the next... Oh, I guess it would be after this wears out, there'll only be 11 hours left in season. So if I do get attacked in the last 11 hours of the season and I lose fully, so I don't kill a single unit, I will actually drop out of tier 27. If I kill just one unit, I'll stay. And I have a pretty good track record of that so far. The only ones that were not fished that... Well, actually, the only dude who wasn't fished who made me lose any lift this season was this dude. Everyone who's fought my actual defense team has either lost a unit, lost 2 units, or just straight up lost, so... Crossing my fingers. I know once you're in tier 27, you get like all the good players, so I'm expecting anyone who challenges me at this point to be pretty good. I could also just not get attacked. It could happen. I have 9 defenses this week already, which I think the average is like 9 to 10. Could always get more though, you never know. Could be rematches as well. Hard to say. Basically, my position here is pretty precarious, but just the fact that I made it is kind of amazing. I was really ready to give up on this entire week after the last video where I lost like 3 units and had no ladders left on like the 3rd day of the week. But somehow, some way, we've managed to claw our way back to tier 27. Even if we don't stay here for the end of the week, I'm very happy that we made it back. So yeah, I'm very glad about that. I'm happy with this performance. We bounced back, guys. We bounced back from a very terrible start to a pretty decent finish, all things considered. Before I go, I just did want to show off this guy's offense. You can kind of tell just looking at this unit here that he's a bit of a whale, but what you might not expect, and what I didn't even notice for the first bit of this, is that he has not 1, not 2, but 3 plus 10 plus 5 flowers alternas. This one has 54 res. This is his like combat one with pulse smoke. And then he has like an armor slaying one. I guess this also like soaks chills and stuff because of fury. Actually, this one's not max flowered. I lied to you. That would be truly impressive. What confuses me is that clearly this guy's a bit of an Altena fan. I mean, his Leanne's only plus 4. His Eleonora doesn't even have skills. So clearly this dude likes Altena. So why hasn't he bought the pass and given her like 3 summoner supports? He could do that. In fact, do you even need to use 3 slots on that? Wouldn't just 1 work? If you deploy like 2 units that are the same unit and you summoner supported them, does it work on all 3? I mean, even if it doesn't, that's what the Fate Pass is for. You can summon and support 3 units, so... Being the whale that he is, I don't really know why he hasn't done that, unless he has even more favorite units that is plus 10 and uses like 3 of them on offense. But anyway, I thought this was interesting. He basically spent 6 turns fluffing around and then died when he initiated, which a lot of people tend to do against my team for some reason. But anyway, I don't really have anything else to add. Nice little comeback victory at the end of this week here. I'm very pleased with my performance. Yeah, hope you guys' Astra week went a lot smoother than mine did, and hope you guys performed as well. And I will catch you tomorrow, probably, for the beginning of light season. Alright, that's it from me. Take care. Bye bye.